Hi everyone, it's G, and I'm sorry I'm not there today, but hopefully you guys came in and settled down and got ready for Mr. Peterson right out of the chute. Today I'm going to show you, and then he's going to walk you through some more problems too, how to find the percent of a number. So let's take a look at, let me get my pen right in here, 30% of 50. And go ahead and write this sentence down in your Cornell notes. 30% of 50. And the first way I'm going to show you how to do this is the box method. And a lot of kids really like this method. You start out with a box, and this is going to represent on the right hand side 0% up to 100%. Okay. And then on this side, we're going to represent the numbers, so 0 up to, and this is the last corner. So every single box starts with 0, 0%, and 100%. But the last corner, we have to find our total. And so when I'm finding a total, I always think of out of. And in this case, we are out of 50. So that 50 is going to be the last of the four corners in our box. Now we're ready to finish this off. We're trying to find 30% of 50. So on the percent side, where it goes 0 to 100%, I think 30% would be around here. So I'm going to label it. So across from that is the number that I'm trying to find. So this box is just a visual to kind of help me see how I can set up my proportion. So my proportion that I'm going to set up here is x over 50. See, I just grabbed it right in order. X over 50 equals 30 out of 100. And I just went in the exact same order. 30 out of 100. So now I can go ahead and use my calculator, or this one's actually pretty easy. I could do it in my head, but I'm just going to look at this proportion. I could cross multiply if I wanted to use my calculator. I could say that, hey, this is 50 times 2. So what times 2 would equal 30? 15. I think that might be the easiest. But again, like I said, if you wanted to cross multiply, you certainly could. You would take 50 times 30 and then divide by 100, which would also give you x equals 15. Okay, we're going to clear this one off, so hopefully you're following along with that. And we're going to take a look at another problem. This time, we're going to take a look at 20% of 24. So I'm going to get my visual that's going to help me out going. Here's my box. And I start every box 0, 0%, and 100%. And my hand's sticking and it's not letting me write 100%. Pretty bad one. Okay, so I need to finish off my box before I do anything else. So I got to find that total. So what is this problem out of? And I'm not talking percentage, that's out of 100. I'm talking about on my number side. And we're out of 24. So I'm going to put that down there. Now I'm ready to put in my percent, and it's 20%. So on the percent side of the box, I'm going to go down to 20%, which is between 0 and 100, obviously. And then I go across from that, and that is the number that I'm trying to find. So I have x over 24, just looked on my left-hand side, equals 20 over 100. 20 over 100. Now this time I can't scale from 24 over to 100 very quickly, so I'm just going to go ahead and cross multiply. So I have 24 times 20, and that's 480, and then I divide by 100. So x equals 4.8 And I didn't do it on the last problem, but I should have. Let's always go back and double check. Does that make sense if I put 4.8 here? 4.8, it's between 0 and 24. It's closer to 0 than it is to 24. So that's probably a good number, 20%. Okay, let's try another one here quick. This time I'm going to teach you a different method. And on your homework, you're going to do both of these methods. So pay attention. This time we're going to find 38% of 82. Okay, so I need to think way back to when we were writing expressions based on these sentences. So I'm going to use some math symbols. And the first thing I need to remember is that percent is always per 100, right? So when I see this, this is 38. And then when I see the percent, I know that it's per 100. Then when I see the word of, I know that's multiplication. And then 82. So I have 38 hundredths times 82. And I can just type that in on my calculator. Now, one way to type it in is 38 divided by 100 equals 0.38 times 82. And so I would get 31.16. Another way to plug it into your calculator is to use the fraction button. Now, in the calculators you're using today, I think most of them are the A, B, C button like this. So you would press 38, then press this button, and then 100, and then times 82. Everyone should go ahead and try that and see if they get 31.16. Okay, we're going to do one more of these just so both methods settle in, and then you're going to do some practice with Mr. Peterson. Okay, let's do 86% of 328. Okay, so I'm just going to translate this one thing at a time. So I have 86, then I have the percent symbol. Put that 86 right over 100. Then I have the word of, which means multiplication, and then I have 328. So on my calculator this time, I'm going to try and use that ABC button. I'm going to press 86, ABC, 100 times 328. And I get 282. I'm going to change my color. 282 and 2/25. Now I'm just going to check it. The other way, if I don't use that ABC button, is 86 divided by 100 times 328, and it's 282.08, which also would be a great answer. All right, that's how you do it. Now maybe you can do some more problems with Mr. Peterson. Go ahead and get started, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.